Hey, welcome. Today we are gonna play a game called The Monster Inside. So it's a audio-visual novella by Random Seeds Games. Seems pretty good game, so I thought I should play it. Link in the description. Play the game by yourself. It's free. Okay, so let's just jump into it. Okay. My head pounded. Air is still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmare I had had in years left me feeling like I had been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. Okay, pretty decent office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Winnett's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much and were trying to drown me in paperwork. You need to pay your permit, bro. It was a slow month. Weeks since I'd had any real case to work on. So I passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner. Safely, covered with an old bed sheet. Okay, this one. I don't care, look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to see what I really am. Oh, are you a gay? Bad joke. The girl came in so quiet I nearly choked on my cigarette. Mister, please you gotta help me, mister. Calm down, sit down and talk slow. Yeah, what can I help you with? You ever heard of knocking first? This one, I don't wanna be rude. Please, no one else will listen to me. Go on. She eyed with just a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. She told me she was his mistress. The man all over the newspaper, the infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Okay. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Okay? Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in Central Park 2 nights ago. Okay? You don't understand. He just couldn't have done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. Okay, trouble. I believe you. But what makes you think he's danger? Case looks pretty simple to me, this one. Well, mister, Jack. You can call me Jack. Okay, Jack, Septiceye. Jack, whoever did that to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would have never left without me, he promised me. He promised his wife. I think also. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Please, the cops won't listen to me and they wanna bring him on in charge. You gotta prove it wasn't him before they find him. Okay? Honestly, I doubt they are in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. You have got my curiosity, but you might not like what I find. I can help you, we'll get to the bottom of it, don't you worry now. Okay, this one. Oh, thank you, mister. Jack, thank you, but please be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapping. I think it was a beast. Okay, a beast. Beast? Mr. Beast? The word struck me funny. Like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Yeah, it seems electric. The word many use these days, except in hushed and whisper and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, alright. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urge, but I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years. What do you mean by 15? Are you 15 years old? Back when I was still a cop myself. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I can help you, we'll get to the bottom of it, don't you worry. Now this is the same. Leave the detective work to me, let's not jump to conclusion here. This one. I have a feeling about it. Something tell me you can just get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of things. Sure. Can't you see how busy I am with cases? I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep her doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. You are right, doing the right thing. That night, I made my way down to the Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I have got a knack for finding the things others overlook. So you think you are Sherlock Holmes? A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Other less useful symptom I kept in check, but for the time being my keen sense of smell would come in handy. Okay, it was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. What? The scent was less of a thing and more of an emotion. Seduction. Oh, seduction. A strangely familiar smell of I expected the scent of a trepidation or maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of a player when she left this world. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate, okay. What is that? A burn mark on a nearby tree. That's definitely not a burn mark. It's a claw mark, I think. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt a chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This was a mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange. Oh, investigate. Okay, this one. No. Okay, this one. Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. But cops don't wear 2,000 pair of carquinos. I don't carquinos. It looked like Mrs. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. After looking around for a while longer, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me. So I trudged back to the apartment and my head hit my pillow like it owed me money. Cool, next chapter. Pretty short game. The next morning I was reeling from another bout of college nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting inside my office. She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally walked up to the courage to ask. Okay. So, what did you find? Well, I've got some good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about Beast, but something unnatural was at play. Might be mine to worry about monster found a spell mark. This one. Unnatural? Wow, do you mean? A spell mark. Rarely even seen these days, but unmistakable. I can give you, but I'm looking into it. This one. What does this mean? What about the Reggie? Do you know where he might be? He's in my pocket. Should I give it to you? Found his footprints. Seemed like he got out safely. There was sign he was at the scene and slipped away. This one. My tone was indifferent toward her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. But you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related? What news is that? Haven't you heard? Yeah, but maybe you should tell me what you know. No rough night followed by a rough morning. They found down the police chief's wife, dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess, Chief Amato is missing too? My face might have betrayed a hint of satisfaction as she confirmed my suspicion, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helped by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answer than I could provide. Okay, That night, after the cops had cleared out the docks, I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. I think you should first try to find Mr. Amato, the chief. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil and... Dix, could it be? That smell again, like someone had bottled pure aerosol and used it as a perfume. It hit me like a long-forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of
Adrenaline.
Adrenaline? Yeah. I knew exactly what the scents reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. I looked down at my hands shaking. The nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusion, follow the evidence. Okay. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty bread I smoke every day. Everyone's got their vice. Okay. Maybe it was the criminals, murderers' cigarettes? They're just there, the smallest piece of a purple fabric, torn and cut in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amata wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around here flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reds and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbled to the top of my brain, to the top of the morning to your brain. Next chapter. I honestly don't remember. The walk back to the office, apparently. I spent the night in my easy chair. The air from the docks lingered on my clothes. It was still dark out. No, I checked the clock. How long had I been out? Had I really slept through the entire next day? A newspaper was sitting under the door. It was put under the door? As I stood to fetch it, I nearly fell over. A wave of nausea hit me like a ton of bricks. I steadied myself and regained my composure. Before I even picked up the paper, I could already read the headline. Breaking, mayor missing, wife found dead. 2 cases in a coincidence, 3 is a pattern. Okay, the mayor's wife now. I think I am killing it maybe, because I hated mayor, I hated chief. Just a prediction, not saying anything. The cops would come asking questions soon. They knew I had a history of antagonizing all the victims. Yeah, I'm just saying like that. I stumbled to my desk and slammed back 3 days worth of inhibitor pills. I couldn't take any chances. I had to investigate the scene to be sure. I threw on my jacket and went to the door. Lily caught me off guard on the other side. Jake, where are you off to? I've been trying to reach you all day. I'm sorry, Lily, but I don't have time to talk. I have to go. I've been busy. I'm off to Mrs. Vinette's crime scene. This one. Okay, but we need to talk when you get back. Stay safe. Okay, bye. Woman. She gave me a soft kiss. Is she your client or is she someone else? She gave me a soft kiss on the cheek as I rushed off. Part of me wanted to stay and tell her it would be okay, but it would be a lie. Next chapter. The alley was located just behind the high-rise apartment where Mayor Vinette and his wife lived. I could tell the police were spooked now. The crime scene was even sloppier than the last. They hadn't even bothered to submit the trash into evidence. Okay, trash. Why wouldn't they at least look through the dumpster? It seemed untouched. No one wants to do the dirty work. But I am the garbage man. But I know how to find the good stuff. It really doesn't take long if you know what to look for. Lightweight bags usually mean someone was dumping documents. If you were lucky, they didn't bother to shred them. Jackpot, shell companies, shady stock raids, bribe. I knew Mayor Vinette was crooked, but this was unbelievable. And there was more letters between Mayor Vinette and Chief Amato talking about me. How they were trying to get me shut down. They didn't like me snooping around crime scene all the time. Well, they weren't here to stop me snooping around this. Okay. This one. Vinette's car. If he's still alive, why wouldn't he have left in his car. It didn't make any sense. I honestly wasn't too motivated to find him, but the stakes were too high, and my bet was edging towards the unthinkable. As I searched around for anything that might assuage my fears, I caught the scent again. That bloody scent. It's overwhelmed by the senses with undulating flare. It was intoxicating, a weapon used to weak will, a weapon I knew too well, though it had been many years since I had used it. Was there another like me? Was I being framed? It wasn't possible, was it? Maybe. I was talking my inhibitors, I was showing reforms, but my nightmare, the headaches, the memory lapse, I couldn't even trust myself. Yeah, I think I am the monster. I started walking back to the alley when something shiny caught my eye. There was something. A watch? No, just any watch though. My watch. Yeah, you are definitely the monster. How long had my wrist been bare? Surely I just dropped it when I first came down the alley. I checked the time just before I left the office, hadn't I? Or had I used the wall clock? I couldn't be sure. I couldn't be sure of anything. So I ran. Really a dumbass move. I don't know why I ran back to the office. The cops would probably show up any minute to knock the door and cart me away. They would put it together before long. Maybe it would be the best for everyone if I simply faced down my own reflection. But Lily was still there waiting for me. Why the fuck? Go, Lily, go home. I don't want you. Jake, what's wrong? You look like you have seen a ghost. My own ghost. Come back to me, haunt me from the past. You're not making any sense, Jack. Come, sit down. You don't understand. You are not safe around me. I took a good last look at her as I prepared to show her out of the door. I noticed she was wearing the same thing she had when she first came to my office 3 days ago. A beautiful purple dress. Oh, purple. The purple thread, I think. Or that I hadn't really noticed before, but it made her seem out of place, out of time. And it was frayed around the edges, torn in places. My chair caught my fall as my knees failed me. It was you. You are the monster, Scabus? I don't know. Ah, Jack, we are one and the same. You and I, we are both monsters. I'm simply more honest with myself. There's no such thing as reformation. Those pills you take only make you dull. Beast. Beasts like us should never suppress our true nature as you have, Incubus. Those men were probably dead too now, I have figured. She probably took them to her lair and harvested their seeds. She? So you have done all this just to wake me up? You could say that, though it seemed enough just to have you doubt yourself. You believe you are still capable of being a horror, which means deep down you probably are. You can't escape it. Now I need you to complete the deed. You took my watch, messed with my head. Oh, you don't act like I don't do you favor. Those men hated you and wanted you gone, and now they are gone. Oh, she's shitty. I mustered the strength to stand again, moving casually to the window at the corner. With the window at the corner. She was right about one thing. I was dull, weak, compared to her. If I refused her and she attacked me, I was a dead man. I had to keep her talking. I've met a Scobus who seduces and kills women. I never met, sorry. Oh, please, such a 14th century stereotype. I don't discriminate when it comes to player to the flesh. Fuck, she's crazy. But I do still need an incubus like yourself to take the tainted seed I harvested from those awful men and planted among the fertile masses for me. I'm tired of draining my lover just to survive. I'm ready to settle down and start a family. Ha 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 ha. That's maniacal laugh. I didn't laugh maniacally, man. I positioned myself carefully, making sure she was looking my direction. Sorry, but I'm not your guy. I'm the bad guy. With a quick flick of my wrist, I whipped the old bedsheet off the corner mirror. Lily was blinded by her own reflection and sucked into the mirror with a painful, monstrous scream trapped. Shielding my own eyes, I pulled a revolver from my desk side drawer and aimed it at the mirror. Bang! And fired. Oh, that was a cool animation. Edit. Oh yeah, I like it. I hope you like it. Okay, lecture specific. Yeah, I wanted to play this. I will play it someday. Time frame. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Smash like, subscribe. Link in the description. Play the game by yourself. It's free. Play it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye. Bye, broski.
There's no escape. I can only lose. I can't win. Big oof. Just don't forget me. That's all I'll ask. Please be here when they pass. There's no escape. I can only lose. I can't win. Big oof. Just don't forget me. That's all I'll ask. Please be here when they pass. Can we get some F's in the chat? Can we get some F's in the chat? Can we get some